Hello everyone, Naomi here. So I have a message from God for believers. Okay, this is for Christians. Okay, I have a message from God. I was praying and my prayer was in line of I cannot fail. I cannot afford to fail. I cannot afford to fall. There's a generation that will stumble just because I fail. There is a generation that will stumble if I fail. I cannot afford to fail, right? I was praying and I was crying to God. I cannot afford to fail. I cannot afford to give up, right? It's too risky. Then I had a vision and God gave me a message for all of you listening to me. In this vision, I saw God in a place where he could hear the voices of souls that were damned, eternal damnation, that were in hell. I was hearing their cry, and God was hearing their cry. And this did not just look like, oh, people that are going to hell right now, just that. No, it looked like the end. It looked like the end had come, okay? And I was confused and I was praying. I kept praying. The Spirit of God began to reveal to me. And then God began to speak to me. And he says, Naomi, I need you to go and tell your brethren. He says, he's all-knowing, all-seeing. He's the end. He's the beginning. He said, he knows the end. God said he knows the end. He can hear the souls, the cries, the agony of people that have been damned, eternal damnation, that went to hell. And he says he can hear it. See, one perk of being God is that he doesn't just live in this reality. He presently exists in the end too, just like he exists in the beginning. Look, if you feel like giving up, if you feel like failing, this word is for you. He said he can see the end. He lives, he exists in the end, he exists in the beginning. The end is ugly. Listen to me, souls will be damned because Christians decided not to do what God has called them to do, not to speak when he called you to speak, not to pray when he prompted you to pray. Listen, he says, Naomi, go and show them what you just saw. He says, I am hearing it was the end. Okay, it felt like he took me to the end, and he said the cries the agony is too much. He says we should wake up and we should do what we ought to. Hell is not supposed to be full. The point is to empty it. We give our lives, okay? We put our lives on the line. The point is to empty hell. We cannot be here. I cannot be here and watch my whole generation go to hell. You cannot be here and your generation goes to hell. That is not the will of God. And he says, go and tell them, have this